In the last video, we talked about how important it is to maintain health and hygiene standards all the way through the chain of food contact, from prep to service. Remember to keep your hair up, your hands clean, and your body healthy as we cover Food Safety Part 2. Preparation, transportation, and service. Keeping food safe during preparation is simple if you always follow some key principles, starting with washing fruits and vegetables before cutting or cooking. Produce should be washed in clear water. Do not use soap. When you wash produce, you reduce soil, microbes, and pesticides, which makes the food safer for everyone. But just because your produce is clean doesn't mean you're in the clear. You need to beware of cross-contamination. Contaminated food is unsafe food, and it can happen in a variety of ways. But if you know what it is and how to prevent it, you'll have no trouble keeping your meals in the clear. People can cross-contaminate when health and hygiene standards are ignored. Keep your hands washed and covered when handling food, and stay away when you're sick. Food can cross-contaminate when raw food comes into contact with ready-to-eat food. Be careful not to store raw meat above ready-to-eat food, or to allow contact between the two at any time. Equipment can cross-contaminate when utensils and dishes are not washed and sanitized. If any food, especially raw food, has touched equipment or utensils, those things should be washed and sanitized with warm water and appropriate solution. Now that we've covered washing and cross-contamination, we can talk about actually cooking the food. If you're cooking meat, you'll need to make sure it reaches the required minimum internal temperature. The minimum required temperature is different for every meat. Beef, pork, veal, lamb, fish, and shellfish should be 145 degrees Fahrenheit after 3 minutes of rest time. Ground meat, meat mixtures, and casseroles including beef, pork, veal, and lamb should reach 160 degrees Fahrenheit. And poultry in any form should reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Your thermometer should be kept clean, sanitized, and ready for action in your kitchen. Once food is cooked to the proper temperature, you should be prepared to serve it within 2 hours, or to store it in hot or cold storage immediately. Cold storage should be 40 degrees Fahrenheit or cooler, and hot storage should be 135 degrees Fahrenheit or warmer. Once your food is stored properly, it will be ready for transportation to its service location. Any transportation of food should be quick, and equipment should be sealed tightly to reduce the risk of temperature fluctuation. Before serving food to kids in your Meet Up and Eat Up summer food service program, make sure your dining area is clean and that everyone washes their hands. If you're serving meals and packaging, make sure the food looks and smells good, that the expiration date hasn't passed, and that none of the seals are broken. If you're serving family style, wear gloves and dispose of any food that is accidentally touched by bare hands and exposed to germs. If the service location is outdoors and it's a hot day, 90 degrees Fahrenheit or above, the food will need to be served within 1 hour of delivery. Once the kids have their clean little hands on the food, encourage them to focus on eating so the food doesn't sit out for too long. If food falls on the ground, make sure the child disposes of it. The 3-second rule is an urban legend, and it needs to be destroyed. If at any time you sense the food has become unsafe because of time, temperature, exposure, cleanliness, contamination, or for any other reason, stop the service and dispose of the food.